Hey YouTube, it's me again. I have to tell you guys the real truth as to why my YouTube video, my why I decided to stop making YouTube videos. Of course, there's a very small chance in hell I might come back and upload more videos as long as they're like maybe travel or child-free videos or something. But to be honest with you, the real truth of why I decided not to be active or as active uploading YouTube videos was simply because of something that really pushed me over the edge. And when I uploaded those videos, I said a lot of things that were actually out of character. I the What caused me to lose a lot of subscribers was the fact that I wished the worst on the President of the United States, Donald Trump. And these are things I did not mean to say, obviously, because I was very, very upset and my blood was boiling. I actually wished and hoped that he would suffer and die a slow and painful death. I did wish that on Donald Trump when I said that. Actually, I didn't really wish that. That was what I said. But and the reason why I did say that. Wow, this is going to be tough to say this. The reason being is that the straw that broke the camel's back for me was the fact that he actually sent his warm regards to Ghislaine Maxwell, who herself was a recruiter who brought in underage girls to a sexual predator known as Jeffrey Epstein, who fortunately died last year. So, with that being said, I mean, she actually recruited underage girls to a sexual predator to get molested. She was actually contributing to human sex trafficking for underage girls, as young as 13 and even 12. So, with that being said, when he said that, I definitely, my words at that time before I took down that video were, I hope Donald Trump suffers and gets tortured and hopefully die a slow and painful death instead of a quick and easy one. And I was obviously very upset when I said those words. I clearly wasn't thinking. And even my most trusted subscriber, a useful idiot, that channel, who of course later on turned out to be nothing more than a traitor because he got upset at the fact that I said that, and which shows that he supports a pedophile like Donald Trump. And the reason why I also call him that is because after I saw the video of him sending his warm regards to what's it called, a child smuggler or pedophile like Ghislaine Maxwell, who herself was a socialite, who knew like so many politicians and celebrities, his exact words were, "No matter what his situation, I wish her well." So, with that being said, that really pushed me over the edge and that rubbed me the wrong way because I was wondering why the President of the United States would send his warm regards to a pedophile, knowing what she did by recruiting underage children to a sexual predator or a child molester like Jeffrey Epstein. And then when I discovered that, someone sent me a link of Katie Johnson, which was the testimony, which was her full 30-minute testimony of how she was molested and raped by Donald Trump himself when she was 13 years old. And need I remind you, when she was actually raped by Donald Trump in the house of Jeffrey Epstein himself many decades ago. So I find it a little bit weird how people suddenly unsubscribed from me, knowing full well that it's right there. The writings are on the wall. So these sexual assault allegations are actually true. Of course, there's more proof right there that he sent his warm regards to a pedophile like Ghislaine Maxwell. Not only was she a pedophile, but she recruited underage girls to a child molester like Jeffrey Epstein, who was like in his 50s at that time, or late 40s. But here's a question I want to ask you guys. If you had a daughter who told you that she was raped by a man who was old enough to be her father at his best friend's house, you'd be outraged, concerned, and you'd feel the need to wish the worst on someone who committed harm on your own daughter, or even violated her. If your sister, if your daughter, if your mother was raped, the first thing you'd want is to wish death on that person, wish him the worst, wish him nothing but pain, and you'd feel the need to go want to kill him yourself. So if your daughter told you that she was raped by someone who later on would become president of the United States, like 40 years in the future, what would you do and how would you react and how would you feel? So now you know why I lost a lot of subscribers. I said a lot of things that were out of character, which I never would say about anyone. And did I mean to say these things? Not necessarily, because I was obviously upset. My mind wasn't in a clear state of mind. So with that being said, I'm only sorry for my behavior, but I'm not gonna apologize for wishing pain and suffering upon the President of the United States. That doesn't mean I'm threatening him. I will not threaten people. I don't threaten people. But we're not talking about a person here. We're talking about the President of the United States. That's a subhuman. So now you know why I lost a lot of subscribers. And with that being said, I'm not going to apologize for wishing the worst on the President of the United States, and or wishing death on him or whatever. I'm not gonna apologize for that, because I did the right thing by saying those kind of things about him. But the fact that I had a lot of people unsubscribe from me, like 6 people unsubscribed from me, my channel, that tells me right there that people still want to have their heads buried deeply into the sand. And that also tells me another thing, that they are willing to stand by a rapist and a child molester who happens to be president of the United States. And he has the nerve to say that, accused Bill Clinton of raping women in Oxford University in 1968. But the funny thing is, just decades after, he raped 13-year-old girls in the home of Jeffrey Epstein, who he was once friends with. And the victim even confirmed that he was a racist anyway. He called black people niggers. He said racist things about Jewish people. He called Arab sand niggers, and, he called Hispanic people spics. He said all these things. And this came from the victim's mouth. She's the one that actually confirmed that Donald Trump was a very racist person. She even heard him say racial slurs about people of other nationalities. She even heard him say that, Jeffrey Epstein is a cheap Jew or whatever it is. So that was Katie Johnson. Some of the things may sound outlandish on her part, but truth is stranger than fiction, so obviously I have to believe her. And her face was censored, and she was threatened. She had too many death threats, and that's why she dropped the lawsuit in 2016, along with her lawyer and the other victims who were going to file a lawsuit against him. So with that being said, people can turn their backs on me for telling the truth, but if I tell the truth, I'll at least have a clearer conscience than most people. That's it. So here's the thing. Nothing is worse than sending your warm regards to a child molester. Do I apologize for that? For saying the hurtful things I said about Donald Trump? No, not really. That's just the bottom line, and I'm not going to sit here and act like, I'm a hero when I know I'm not. But at the same time, all I want to do is tell the truth, and I would like to get people to unite together and, pretty much spread awareness of how divided this country is. I don't even know why it's called the USA. It should be called the DSA, the Divided States of America, because people aren't united at heart or in spirit. With this polarization going on with Democrat and Republicans, people want to tear each other's throats out. This is why this country's so divided, because nobody wants to unite. And besides, politicians, they want to see the American people fail versus seeing them win. They want to see each other win versus seeing the American people succeed. They want the American people to fail, and they want their own parties and factions to thrive and succeed with every victory that they will achieve by any means necessary. So that's why I deleted that video. And to be honest with you, if someone, like I said, but I'm going to ask this question one more time. If somebody molested your daughter or violated someone who is near and dear to you, you would wish the worst on him, and you'd feel the need to see him dead. You'd feel that you'd have a desire to kill him and get revenge. That's obviously a normal feeling because, that's your family, that's your blood. And the fact that he wished her well, sending his warm regards to a pedophile like that, that tells me right there that these sexual assault allegations are actually true. So there's no doubt about that. And he just proved it. That should be sending red flags to everybody. Even Trump supporters shouldn't even be voting for Trump. I'm not saying vote for Joe Biden either, because they're the same thing. But I'm not going to sit here and act like, I'm a bad guy here, because all I did was say the truth. And besides, would you want a pedophile or somebody who is friends with a pedophile, somebody who defends a pedophile as President of the United States in the White House? I don't think so. Because you'll be more and more disgusted with seeing that pedophile or that child apologist on TV every single day. Funny, when he was favored by America, the rape allegations sent against him was mentioned before 2009, 2010. But that was swept under the rug. Only probably 5 or a few handful of people in the country knew about the allegations. But it resurfaced in 2016, then people cared. So that's just how it is. So if I say things to offend Trump supporters, I really don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm the only one who's independent. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. Because I know for a fact that Democrats and Republicans, they've had a history of rapists and child molesters in their political parties. If you don't believe me, go ahead and look up the history yourself. We've had Bill Clinton, we've had Joe Biden. They've molested and raped girls. They've raped women. They have a history of sexual assault allegations and what have you. And Donald Trump is no different. You have that former African American Republican icon, Larry King. He molested kids in the Bohemian Grove. I saw it on a documentary. It was called The Conspiracy of Silence. Of course, not many people know about it because it was banned on the Discovery Channel. This is 1998, 1999? Funny, I actually knew about this documentary when I was a kid, but never got the chance to see it because I only saw the commercials and it never aired on TV again. So, with that being said, I would never wish death on anybody, but if it was a person like Donald Trump, even though I didn't mean to say those words, I'm not going to apologize for it, nonetheless, because, I'm not wishing death on a person. That's an object and a subhuman. So that's just how it is. This is why my YouTube channel was going down the drain, and this is why I was losing subscribers. because I criticized Donald Trump, and this hurt the tender feelings of Trump supporters. So that's just how it is. I will only be sorry for my behavior, but I will not be sorry for the words that I have said. That's it. Which is fine, because he's not a good guy. And I was aware of Donald Trump's history before he ran for president. I was already aware of it. And what's even worse is that black people still want to vote for Donald Trump. But I have a question for you Negroes out there. How badly do you want to go on the plantation and start picking cotton? Because I know I don't. My chains are off. I don't have any chains. I'm not in the plantations. My mind is free. I'm the real free thinker. This is why I don't vote for Democrat or Republican. And I question every narrative that I hear on the news and everything that has been said by every politician out there. And I'd rather do a search and do a quick search or research on who they are before I make my decision to vote for somebody. That's it. Or hear what they have to say and see if it agrees with my ideals. But people only like what they want to hear because they like being lied to. And honestly, Trump supporters, the behavior the love I see from Trump supporters to Donald Trump himself is no different than the supporters I've seen from Obama and his supporters. It's no different. The behavior is still the same. The commitment, dedication is still the same. No matter how many red flags there are with the president, people will ignore it and they will still follow him to the day they die. And that's it. Anyway, this is my testimony, and this is the real reason why my channel went down the drain, and this is why I started losing subscribers. Anyway, take care now.